Alright, so this is a very late night demo of a highly available Jellyfin instance that I've been working on with my Kubernetes cluster. This is K3S running on a bunch of consumer hardware in my basement with a NAS, a 10 gig switch, and 10 gig network cards between them. I found the 10 gig is kind of essential for syncing up the database and keeping everything performant. I will note that well, I can do failover without delay. I cannot do that with, well, it's transcoding at this point. I'm using Redis to handle the session and state between the nodes, and it can only essentially do the direct play, which seems like the easier problem. I do have a plan for tackling the transcode bit flipping stuff, but I think that might be pushing my 10 gig switch a bit hard, but we'll see. Essentially, the rendering stream either needs to be duplicative or I need to move it live and restore it quickly. Although I do believe I can get the restore within the buffer time. Typically with Jellyfin you can see like a 30-second buffer, and at this point I'm interrupting my my Jellyfin instances without interrupting the video stream, which is quite nice. So upper left I have my notes, upper right we have our Jellyfin 0, Jellyfin 1 running on my K3S node in my basement. They are running on separate physical hardware. My blog has details on it, but it's essentially some mini computers running Proxmox, and then K3S on VMs on the Proxmox. And yeah, it's quite fun. On the right here we can see traffic. That's my ingress. You could use Nginx, you could use pretty much whatever, anything that can do sticky sessions and kind of expire and move a session token around. And that's kind of what we see here. It's which server, if I were to connect right now, which server would I get a connection from? And it's a hex, and you'll just see it going from back to forth. So it's between these two pods, which is kind of fun. All right, so down here we've got our Grafana. Just a quick slap together, we can kind of see the Jellyfin 1, Jellyfin 2 resource utilization. That's kind of how I'm judging which one is. I don't have a network fabric set up, so I can't get really... I guess I could pull network traffic. There are ways. I'm sorry, this was slapped together. I just got this working, so I'm excited. But yeah, let's take a look. So this is the demo. So we're going to play our open source media here. We don't really need volume. I guess we can. I mean, it's working. You know, I can go back and forth. It's performant. No real issues. And I'm going all over the place, I guess. So video's playing. I'm going to leave that playing. Which one of these is hosting it? Well, probably this one. That's using a 400 megs of RAM. Let's see here. So this is refreshing every 5 seconds. You should be doing something. It's just direct play, so it shouldn't be doing a lot. But yeah, let's assume that it's the one that's using a bit more. So Jellyfin. This is probably a little small, so there we go. Okay, so we're playing. We think that this is the active one. We'll do the other one. We'll make sure. But Jellyfin 1, we're gonna delete the pod, and yeah, let's just watch. So this will be like a soft failure. I think the pod will recover so fast that it won't overrun the buffer, because we've got quite a buffer. But when it comes through, when I kill it, I'm going to like move around so that we go beyond our buffer here. So enter. Okay, deleted from namespace. We should see one. 4 drop down. Still playing. Let's go off our buffer. So we're terminating at this point. So we'll go off our buffer. We still continue. We're no longer running. We're still playing. We're still playing. We're going to go off our buffer. We're still playing. We're still playing. We're still playing. Okay, so if I'm the magician right now, I'm just showing you up my sleeve. Yeah, there's nothing there. The video is still playing. So I'm going to wait for Jellyfin to start running again. And again, we went beyond our buffer here, so we had to run, and I'll demonstrate a full failure in just a moment so we can actually see it stop, and I can demonstrate that this is running on these two Jellyfins. So now you can see the memory kind of creeping up here. CPU definitely went up. So I would believe that I'm probably operating on Jellyfin 0 at this point. So let's go ahead and kill that. And I'll come up with a better test to prove that I'm on there. But yeah, so we're going to kill Jellyfin 0. That one terminated a lot faster. I wonder why. That's interesting. Still playing. I'm not doing anything. So I'm going to overrun my buffer. And we're still playing. We're still playing. No interruption. No restart. No nothing. So yeah, we're back to both of them running. And yeah, it's probably Jellyfin 0 is coming up. And we go back to that Jellyfin one. Yeah, so this is still kind of running. And then we're going to kill them both. Just to prove that, hey, this is highly available. So I've proven you, I took down one, then the other. And now I'm going to prove that this is actually playing the video. So I'm going to take it down. So yeah, let's do that. And stop. So it's terminating. This happened relatively quickly. So we'll see. Not clicking. Not clicking. Terminating. Terminating. And I might have to keep them from coming up. Okay, none. So we overrun our buffer. And it stops. I'm going to terminate them again, keep them from coming up. Stops completely. I'm pressing play, pressing whatever. It's not coming because there's nothing up. This is not limited to 2. This could be run. There's probably an upper limit. There's probably a bottleneck on Postgres with it being an RDS and sort of tracking where you are. There might be, you might have to bump that up. The session state data isn't fast or isn't there, but yeah, it's probably just communication latency between the hosts. So if you can keep that relatively low, it should work and it should be expandable. I'm going to get a few. I have 4 hosts. Well, actually, no, I could probably run more. I only run the hosts because I have GPUs. And I do 1 per typically. But yeah, I'll see how far I can stretch it. Expect a further video. Please see the description for my blog and a technical write-up. I will be posting the source code for this, so look for that. And yeah, now let's see now if our video is playing. This is your typical full node failure, so let's see how it recovers from this. I'll just sort of refresh, and we'll go back to our bunny. Back in. And I don't know about you, but I hate getting calls from my mother is 3 hours earlier in the day than me.